Everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're talking proposals. Let's crack that complex code of writing a proposal. Let's talk about that one blocker that every government contractor faces after they find a contract they like, writing the proposal. But before we get started, hit the subscribe button and leave a like to show your support. Now let's get started. So in this video we're going to learn how to craft a compelling proposal that stands out from the competition. We're going to talk about the proposal process and give you practical strategies to increase your win probability. Let's get started. So let's understand the landscape. Federal Acquisition Regulations, which is the FAR. You're going to hear this very often. The FAR. The FAR is the Federal Acquisition Regulations. They have 650 billion in annual spending. That's a big amount. Of course, you can get a slice of the pie if you put in the work. 15 FAR part, contracting by negotiation, and 53 FAR parts that are the total regulation sections, and they require 100% compliance for consideration. If you want to be considered, you have to be 100% compliant. So just like any project, research is key. Finding and evaluating opportunities. So I broke it down in 3 sections. The first section is solicitation identification, and in here is where you would want to identify and find the opportunities or the solicitations, which is the RFPs, RFQs on SAM.Gov or other alternatives. The second layer would be the opportunity assessment, evaluating the capabilities versus the requirements. So is the requirement of this opportunity higher than what you're capable of? Is your business capable of performing this requirement, this job, and executing it? And lastly, making the go, no-go decision as the last layer of your research, which is the bid, no bid decision. Making a decision if you want to bid on this contract or no. If you want to pursue it, you go ahead and you create the proposal for it. So through research forms the foundation of successful government contracting. Now, let's start crafting a winning outline, the structure and the content of the outline. The outline is the step that we're going to take before writing the proposal. In the outline, we're going to have an executive summary, which is a concise overview highlighting your unique value proposition. Your unique value proposition should be kind of like your thesis statement if you're writing an essay. A sentence that is dense, heavy, tells exactly what your business is and what your business does, versus the contract, why you should be the best fit for this contract. And then you have the technical approach. In the technical approach is where you want to get the details, is where you want to get the nitty-gritty of your technicalities. So it's a detailed methodology demonstrating expertise and innovation. Management plan, which is your team structure, qualifications, and resource allocations. So over here, you start talking about yourself, your company, your team. As a team, why you should win this contract, what qualifies you to perform this job. Let's say I'm a business major, so I can definitely say, for let's say like it's an accounting opportunity, I can say my business major helps me. If I'm a software engineer, I'll say my background in the software engineering space, along with the team that have this much expertise in that space, we will be able to perform that job. Second to last section is your past performance. If you don't have past performances in the government contracting space, that's also fine. I made a video, you can check it out, on how to win government contracts without past performances. Past performances could be relevant experience showcasing success with similar projects. Lastly, but definitely not the least important, is your pricing strategy. One sentence that summarizes it all for me when it comes to writing proposals: competitive yet profitable cost structure. The government does want you to make money. They don't not want you to make money, or else why would they work with you and have this whole thing going? The government definitely wants you to win money. However, they'd rather you win $100 over your competition winning $1,000. So being competitive with the price definitely makes sense. Doesn't mean you're going to get the underhand, the shorthand every single time, but you need to be very strategic with placing your pricing strategy. This is one of the steps that is not valued in the community, maybe is not so much spoken about. I haven't heard so many people speak about it, unfortunately, but it's very crucial and it's important. The power of persuasion. Writing style and tone. Your writing style makes a difference. Your tone in the proposal makes a difference. You need to be very clear and concise. Straightforward language. Avoid jargon and technical terms without explanation. Don't just use buzzwords. This is a killer. If you're using buzzwords with no explanation, it's a killer to your business. Keep sentences short and direct. You're a contracting officer, you're reviewing tens, maybe hundreds of proposals. They do just want to see quick sentence that they don't need to really think about it to understand it or comprehend it. So make sure what you're writing is simple. Read it for yourself, read it for someone else. Does this make sense? Is this too complex? Proofread it. You want to have it benefits focused. You want to have your proposal benefits focused. Emphasize on outcomes, not capabilities. Show how your solution solves the agency's problem. Quantify values with specific metrics. So if you have your KPIs, if you have a specific number that you're proud of, this is the place to share it in the proposal. It's not bragging. It's not you flexing on the government. That's surely not the point of having a benefits focused proposal. It's having you emphasizing on the outcome and the results, which is kind of the promising section of the proposal. And then you have the evidence based, which could be your past performances, your expertise, your licenses, etc. Support claims with data. If you have the more data, the better. As I said, quantify and qualify your metrics. Include relevant past performances, statistics. If you have testimonials, that's perfect. So reference your testimonials from previous government contracts, or maybe just from commercial clients in the private sector as well. Visually enhanced. Break up text with graphics, use tables, use timelines, use charts to illustrate complex concepts. Ensure visuals directly support your written narrative. A lot of people are visuals, and we want to make sure we are having them understand our capabilities through charts as much as numbers and text. So if you want to use graphics, that's 100% encouraged. Now, you wrote a full proposal, that's so great, but you neglected one part: compliance. Well, congratulations, you lost the contract. Compliance is non-negotiable. Formatting and submission is part of compliance. Review the solicitation requirements. Check exact specifications for margins, fonts, and page limits. Format according to guidelines and follow every detail, including spacing, headers, and section numbering. Submit well before the deadline. Do not wait till the very last second to place your bid. Submit before the deadline. Plan for technical issues for electronic portals. Late is late. And lastly, confirm receipts. So get a verification that your submission was received properly. Alright, so how do you refine and polish and review the proposal? The first thing that you'll do is have internal review. Have an SME, a subject matter expert, evaluate technical accuracy. Now, after that, you have the external review, which is the proposal consultants provide objective feedback. So you can always run it by a proposal consultant. Revise the content, so address the weaknesses and strengthen the arguments. And lastly, final proofread, eliminate all errors and inconsistencies. Now, after submitting, there's the debriefing participation, relationship building, continuous improvement, and post-award engagement. It is fine if you do not get the contract. Have it a chance and an opportunity for you to learn and grow and avoid the mistakes in your next opportunity. Make sure you contact the contracting officer and ask them, why did I not with this contract? How can I do better next time? And if you do not want to get yourself too complicated, if you do not want to get yourself involved in all these complex jargons and all these complex strategic planning and having more time taken from your day and your week to write even more proposals, you can definitely do it with AI. And I'll show you a quick tool on how to write and generate proposals using AI. So this tool is specifically made for government contracting to have our process a lot more faster and is generating our proposals. So this tool called SAM Search that I use, I simply have it, I find my contracts on it as well as I write the proposals on it as well. For example, I found this contract that I would like to make a proposal on it. When I signed up, however, I had to set up my company profile. In my company profile, I have multiple information here. That is my company name, address, regions of operation, UEI, and cache code. This is just an example. I also have my business description here, and that business description was brought from a website. So it read my website and provided me this business description along with my Linux codes that are relevant to my business. And lastly, here I have my documents uploaded. So I have my capability statement uploaded, I have a past performance statement, and I also have my white papers uploaded. To go back to the contract, so I know I want to bid on this contract, but I simply made my bid no bid decision earlier from having the smart summary here, having these summarized attachments, going through the timeline, the history of the contract, going through asking SAM Search AI, which is the chat feature of SAM Search, and then I'm simply showing you how to generate proposals, right? So because I showed you my company profile, all that information in the company profile will be used with the proposal. So I can click on generate proposal. The first step would be selecting which documents I want to use in the proposal. So I have the contract attachments here, and I also have my documents as well. Because my documents match this contract, I'm leaving all of them. However, sometimes if the proposal is for a different job than my past performance, I will uncheck my past performance so it's not used as an irrelevant information in the proposal. But I'll put it back. And then I can generate an outline. And now we have an outline generated. So this is what the outline looks like. For every outline, I have an executive summary. I have a title, that is a section. I have the subsections. And from here, I can edit the writing plan, which is the prompt of every section, and I can increase, decrease what I want it to say. I can increase the length of the pages and change the title as well. I'll leave it as is. I can also add sections. So if I want to add an appendix, if I want to add a cover letter at the top, I can also do that. Once I go over the outline and make sure all is good, I can simply generate a proposal and it will start writing. So it's going to take a few minutes to write. I will be notified by email once it's done writing. And we're just going to skip until the proposal is done being writing to show you how we can refine it faster as well. So this is what the proposal finally looks like. So we know it's written well with no typos because it was written by AI as a full. However, to edit this contract, we can also refine it using the chat feature to refine this proposal. So we can first of all ask it simple questions about the entire proposal. But we can also highlight a section like the compliance checks, for example. I can highlight this part and chat specifically with this part. So now I asked the AI to make the compliance checks a table, and it starts drafting me this compliance table as a whole. So I can take this and paste it right away in the proposal. I can edit the proposal on the text editor itself, so I can just start writing here. I'm not looking at the keyboard, so I cannot type. And once the proposal is all done writing and we reviewed it multiple times, we made sure all the errors are fixed. In some aspects, in some sections, it leaves it in brackets. For example, in here you would need to enter the information yourself since it doesn't have it. When it doesn't have the information, it doesn't make it up on its own. I know that's a big concern in the AI industry. So this specific model does not make information up on its own. It provides it as a bracket and you would have to fill it out if there is any. Now let's remember that this information from the contract is being grabbed from the company profile and from the solicitation or the RFP information merged together. So you can also ask the chat on the side to expand on a specific part, summarize a specific part. If you want it to be a timeline, you can ask the AI to make it a timeline yourself. And that's pretty much it. So the question for you is, are proposals still that complex? Do you really still need to panic every time you would have to write a proposal? Hopefully not after this video, because walking through these steps that we walked through earlier and providing this AI solution, I think you have it all in your hands. You have no more excuse to hit the ground and start getting your hands dirty and start bidding on these contracts. Let me know in the comments if you have any other questions, and don't forget to subscribe and like, and happy bidding.